I just want to reiterate what I usually do. In the first thing is to have headphones ready because our soundtracks are meant to be listened with headphones. There's binaural beat information for brain entrainment. The headphones cause the right-left hemispheres to synchronize. And the purpose here is to have a global mind link of all the people who are watching this broadcast simultaneous, to have everybody's brainwaves synchronize up to the same exact brain state, and for everyone in that link to have their hemispheres synchronized, which opens doorways to higher levels of experience and information that no one person would have the power to achieve. But together as a group, mind linked together, we can open those doorways. And what we're trying to find out is what is it that we collectively would like to see as the world that we have, instead of the world that we do have. And as I mentioned before, me personally as a person meets the universe, and there's pressure. If I'm not an active force, I become a passive force, and the universe becomes the active force and creates random situations that I then respond to, I react to. And if I develop my inner self, and that self becomes powerful enough to push back, and what I mean by that, my pushing back is me getting in touch with what I want in my life as an experience, and what I want in my world as an experience. And if I flesh that out as a vision that touches me emotionally, that is my pushback. I now have a goal. I now have a vision of what it is I'm here for and what I want, what I'm working towards. And that is me putting pressure on the universe. And as soon as I become the active force, the universe begins to respond to me. And what that looks like is synchronicities, serendipities. Things begin to open up on their own as the universe begins to conform to what I'm pushing out as my vision of what I want in the world. That is the secret, I believe, to the spontaneous remission in something like cancer, where the fear factor of meeting my mortality with a life-threatening illness is enough to touch my emotions deep enough to crack open the armor that I've erected around my true self. And my real self can then come forth with a clear understanding from that deep enough part of myself of why I'm here, what's unique about me, why did the universe create me as a hyperdimensional puzzle piece in the mystery of the universe, and why am I here, what's my job? And once I get a good, clear indication of what that is, then my pressure on the universe becomes immense, and the universe responds even more quickly and completely to open doors and make synchronicities happen so that I can achieve what I'm here for. My job is to figure that out, is to figure out what I'm here for, what I want, and to ask the universe for that without words, before a thought, in the present moment. So the task is, how do I get here to the present moment? How do I get here before a thought? And that's what we've been discussing. And that's what we've been attempting to exercise as a non-linear, non-thinking process among us over the course of these live streams, through direct experience, using sound and brainwave entrainment to push us into a realm where we can get in contact with that. And partially that's the role of music, how music has always been used in different cultures throughout the world to touch the heart. The music is the language of emotions. I think, like I said before, the greatest composers, Beethoven and Brahms and Bach and Schubert and Mozart, had the ability to go into a certain altered state in their emotional world and to envelop themselves in a certain emotional state and bring music from that state. And when that music got delivered out to the rest of us and we hear that music, this is really the one extremely deep form of entrainment, entrainment directly to my emotional body with the language of emotions. So if I can go into this emotional realm and I can pull music from that and I can deliver it to you, and you hear that music, it brings you to that same emotional world and you experience that same emotion that I brought back from that place. If we are trying to, if the formula for me to arrive in the present moment before a thought where I can get in touch with that part of me, which is truly my soul's desire of what could be heaven on earth for me in my own life and in the world in general, I have to flesh that out. I have to ask for that. It can't just be, I don't want to be poor anymore. I don't want to be sad anymore. I don't want to be miserable anymore. I don't want to be sick anymore. I don't want to be alone anymore. That is not the right way of addressing this. The right way of addressing this is flesh out what it is that abundance would look like, that love would look like, that health would feel like within my soul. If I can find that, if I can flesh that out, the universe recognizes that as what we discussed before as the kahuna prayer. I go to this place in myself where I delivered this vision and the universe says, oh, yes, sir, that's what I'm here for, is to deliver that. Otherwise, if you don't put that force out there, then the universe says, I'm not getting any messages from you, so therefore I'll just, churn whatever I can do out and until you get your act together. As a collective whole, in our global collective unconscious mind, we, all of us, together, form the next moment from now. And each of us affect each other in our deep consciousness. So if I begin to flesh this out for me, I begin to create a ripple pattern that goes out into the world, and I start to affect the people closest to me first. And for every person that changes because of that, they form a ripple pattern that changes the people around them. This becomes an exponential, expressive wave that goes out and affects, tens of thousands to millions of people throughout the collective unconscious ocean.